Much of philosophy is concerned with the proper definition of things. Sometimes this might annoy us, but it makes sense. In our everyday life, we don't need words to have precise meanings. General approximations are more than enough. You can buy turnips without wondering about their true essence, and you can certainly tell your girlfriend that you love her without going into the subtleties of eros and agape. But of course, saying I love you can mean many contradictory things. It can be insincere, it can be manipulative, filled with hidden contradictions, contaminated with all sorts of projections and blind spots. This can get us into a lot of trouble. Philosophers spend time defining things because they want to avoid that trouble. It's not easy. The difficulties are inherent to language itself. We ignore them at our own peril. Language is made of organized sounds, specifically those we make with our mouths. Any given language retains a subset of those sounds, discounting the others, and then organizes its selection under a set of rules which govern how to combine them legally. It then associates those lawful sounds to things, states, emotions, concepts, and so forth. These associations allow it to create meaning, which is reinforced by shared usage and evolves through time. As an invention, language is incredibly ingenious. Use the wide array of funny noises our mouths make and codify them such that it can represent the infinite complexity of our lives. It's an absolutely brilliant tool, but it's not perfect. First, the universe is infinitely complex. Our words and grammar can describe parts of it in a limited way, but it can never contain it. A fully detailed replica of New York City would need to be as big as New York City itself. Language is just a matchbox. The world is always bigger than the word. Second, while language is built on convention, it relies on the inner interpretations of its practitioners. A famous example, everyone knows what house means, but we each associate that word with different mental images. We also link it to our own arrays of emotions shaped by the myriad events of our own lives, unique in its subtleties. It is precisely those associated feelings which give most words their full meaning. This is why these differences, while mostly trivial, often lead to massive misunderstandings. And we haven't even mentioned synonyms and homonyms yet. Third, because language is conventional, it is extremely sensitive to time and geography. Words only have meaning in context, and much of that is provided by shared experience. This goes for the in-jokes you have with your high school friends, just as much as for the social conventions of 5th century Athens. Text and context are the parents of meaning. Both are needed. Both make a difference. To say such differences matter in all circumstances is absurd, but to say they never do is foolish. Philosophy is ostensibly about knowledge and wisdom. This is a polite way of saying that we are quite often fools, usually without knowing it, and that it is better not to be one. Simply put, philosophers devote their lives to avoiding foolishness. Just how much they succeed, well, opinions vary on that. But some of them try, at least. Not all philosophers feel the need to use precise language, nor is it always necessarily the best option. But definitions dispel ambiguities. They minimize misunderstanding, clear the muddled waters of our minds, and help us avoid stepping in the mud holes of our own foolishness. That is why definitions are so important to philosophy, to clear off the mud from our own thoughts.